Svoboda hit by Neely. Can't get it. Lemieux breaks it out. Milbury hustles back, checks the play, and now the Canadiens keep it over the line. Corson for Lemieux scores. Corson set up Lemieux to make it 1-0 Montreal. Carrying in wide of Hayward. Behind the net. Rolls back to Peterson. Shot. Oh, it hit him on the face mask on breaking his Smith with Momesso. The trailer is Naslund. The shot. The save by Riggin. A beauty on Naslund.
Fred, I think it caught Cam Neely. I think Neely may have been the one that was hit with the shot. Neely has a towel over his head now and is going to the dressing room for help. Cam had just swung out from behind the net and I believe was going to try to position himself out in front of Hayward at the screen. Here's the shot. There's Neely right there. Catches Neely. Oh, goodness. And unfortunately, it missed the major part of the helmet. It may have missed all of the helmet. Cam tried to get out of the way of it. See him put that right glove up on his forehead. And obviously, it didn't get enough of the helmet if it got it at all. So Neely, who's only been back now for 3 games, this is his 4th, since missing a couple weeks of duty due to a knee problem, goes to the dressing room and hopefully he'll be back.
And Robinson works it free. Robinson, a drop pass for Lemieux just came on. He's checked by Miller. They go heavily to the backboards. In front it's Robinson moving right in and scoring. For some reason, a wide accumulation of snow on the ice, and that's slowing things down. That's a break for Boston. The Canadiens aren't able to move as quickly. An injured player down on the ice, and timeout for the Canadiens.
Lemieux. Boy, he is taking some punishment tonight. Miller took him out hard behind the goal. And I think that was Alan Peterson that just checked Lemieux hard. Of course, Lemieux's been known to stay down over nothing. I'm not saying he's not hurt, but the last time when Miller checked him behind the boards, Robinson scored. But Lemieux was still down on the ice, and after the red light went on, he popped up pretty well and felt pretty good.
Bork right back. Up for Burridge, for Casper, over the line. Casper looking for Milbury. Milbury, a shot. The screen scores! A deflected shot. It could be Marquardt or off Chelios, and the Bruins got the goal. The Canadiens have had some good chances in. Milbury now trying to clear it away. Lemieux trying to keep it in. He's held off, fighting for it behind the net. Lemieux battling. Knocks down Burridge, and Burridge handles it, and there's Lemieux waving the stick at him while he's on the ice. And I tell you, that Lemieux is a disturber. You can see him there.
He's a troublemaker.
He was pawing away at Burridge. Milbury from Casper and Burridge at 3:23. The goal, Milbury's 3rd. And with a break in the action, let's pause for this message.
Well, here's how it all began. Burridge and Lemieux jousting, and Randy lost the stick. Now he just wants to cover up and get a face-off. Watch the stick of Lemieux. Boy, Randy said, hey, you can't do that. What the heck's the matter with you?
2-1 Montreal. Simmer in, checking the play. Momesso trying to move it out. Talene stops it, puts it in. Shot, save again. Jammed. Hayward, the save. Down is Simmer. And he took a stick in that action there. We don't see any call from Van Hellemond.
Momesso tries to clear and can't. Talene, the save by Hayward. And there's the rebound by Simmer. There's the cross check right there. Oh, Charlie, I know Charlie wasn't braced to be popped like that. And he hit his head on the side of the post. It wasn't the stick.
Up for Lemieux. Neely takes a run at him, breaks him up. Simmer over the line, can't set up McCarthy. And Walter is back. Walter for Deline, offside. And Neely whacks Deline. And Walter coming in, and Robinson coming in on Neely. And they're all separated. Oh, Lemieux. Neely wants Lemieux. That's the man he wants now. Robinson, Linsman, Courtnall in. And he throws a whack at Robinson or Smith.
Boy, Courtnall comes hard into Svoboda. Svoboda's right up there with Lemieux as far as being a Bruin favorite. Here he comes on Bobby Smith. Bobby Smith didn't like this at all. Ooh.
Boy, he was stunned by that. Around the boards, Tallene keeps it in. Drive, goes wide. Rebound. Neely hits Corson. Gets it across for Simmer. Simmer in front. Here's Neely going with Corson. Neely, rather. And Corson, the rookie.
Boy,
toe-to-toe.
He got a few good shots in on Corson. They strangled Corson with the strap on that helmet. Oh, look at the blood. Ooh, the cut from the puck earlier. Ah, that's a shame. Neely will have to go back and have that cut stitched up. Neely trying to take Corson off the play, takes him hard into the boards. Oh, Neely said, hey, don't get the stick up on me, and off they went.
And this has been a real battle. McCarthy spills Carbonneau. They keep the puck in. Miller checked along the line. Broken up. And Miller goes after Carbonneau. A Tallene pass to Miller. Miller ready to go at Carbonneau. Chelios. Everybody. He's in the middle of it. Jay Miller. Held off.
Chelios just grabbed McCarthy in a headlock. I thought Chris just wanted to pair up with somebody. McCarthy was the only guy without a dancing partner, and now they're ready to go. Well, next time Chris will try not to be too aggressive while going through the buddy-up system.
There is the great talent to take the jersey and pin the man, and that's the way McCarthy has Chelios.
Miller and Neely now. Oh, Miller won that one. Clear cut. Oh, this is like Thursday night at the Felt Forum now. Oh, Jay figures, yeah, I'm not getting too many shifts tonight. I'm going to make the most of this one. I'm not so sure Neely wanted to choose number 29. I know Nyland wanted to. Nyland's over there trying to pull McCarthy off of Chelios. Uh-oh, Boudelier lost grip of Nyland. Boy, this is unbelievable. Now, what you're looking at is the main event, but that Miller-Mealy duel is still going. Now they broke that one up. Boy, this is unreal. Oh, Nyland threw a punch at Boudelier. Boudelier wasn't even watching. Miller wants to get after Nyland. He's being held by Kevin Collins. He's pointing at Nyland. This is going to explode. Boudelier was just holding off Nyland, and when Boudelier turned to look at McCarthy and Chelios, Nyland threw a punch at Boudelier and fortunately missed. Miller's telling Nyland he wants him. Mark Pine waltzing with Dave Bailey. I guess this was coming with a 3-3 tie in October and a 3-2 overtime game Monday night in Montreal, and another close physical game tonight. I guess it had to explode sooner or later. Well, Miller gets an ovation as he goes to the dressing room. I'm willing to wager, friend, that we haven't seen the last of this tonight. Miller should only be getting a fighting major, as will McCarthy and Boudelier. Nyland, Chelios, and Neely will all get 5 minutes. Nyland. Oh, Nyland took a swing at Linsman. Here we go. Well, this will clear the benches. Here we go. Perry O'Reilly trying to hold off Mike McPhee and Patrick Roy. Portnall, who's he going with down the runway? Strudlin. This thing is spilled out into the hallway between the dressing rooms. This is unbelievable. Marquardt has Lemieux. There may not be anybody left to finish the second period. Well, if Andy Van Hellemond wants, all he has to do is take tonight's program, tack it on the wall, and throw darts. Wherever it lands, give that number a penalty.
Where's O'Reilly?
He's standing up on the bench. He had McPhee and Roy. You let Roy go to concentrate on McPhee. Well, Pat Riggin eyeballing Brian Hayward at the other end of the rink. Look at the blood on O'Reilly. Or is that Coke? Watch Nyland as he left out. He'll say something to Linsman as they head for the dressing room. And he'll swing at Linsman, and that's what started it. Linsman went after Nyland, and God knows how they made out. That one spilled out into the hallway. Chelios, who was also headed for the dressing room, came barreling through the doorway into the pile of players, and that's when the Montreal bench emptied. My guess would be that Nyland, Fred, Nyland may get tossed on this. He already had picked up 5. He was headed for the dressing room. Oh, look at the welt on the right cheekbone, Lemieux. Oh, he is a mouse. Oh.
Did Nevin Marquardt do that? They were battling.
I don't know if Nevin did that or if that was from that earlier altercation on the boards where the face mask of his helmet, I think, came down and hit him on the cheekbone. He was down for a while in the corner. Ray Bork is headed for the dressing room. And Milbury? I think the team's headed for the dressing room. I don't even think they're going to try to play the 4:16 or 4:51 left to go second period. They'll just put down new ice and they'll pick up the remainder of the second period in the third. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Andy Van Hellemond tells Jean Perron, it's all right, bring your guys over. Here's O'Reilly trying to be the peacemaker with McPhee. Look at the look on Perry's face. Perry not saying a word. I think he feels as a coach he's got to play the role of peacemaker, but I'm inside. I bet that heart is pumping. Swing, swing. Got to be. I mean, that's just instinct. for Terry O'Reilly. Oh, what the self-control on his part to not switch. He had to concentrate on just holding on to the sweater of McPhee and trying to play the role of Nobel Peace Prize winner. Well, that certainly slowed down the tempo of this game. Boy, they were having such a good game up to that point. Rock 'em, sock 'em, skate up and down. Then the war broke out.
Well, you sent Jay Miller out, and you knew things were going to happen. I saw him. I let the puck go. I watched him checking Carbonneau, and oh, he was. I mean, if there's a red shirt out there, give him a belt. And here's Carbonneau. There's a belt.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's one by Carbonneau.
He had already hit Chelios, already got Carbonneau. Now watch when they get together.
This is where it starts to really go. Here comes Carbonneau near him again. He's in the middle. He has attracted everybody, and from then on, it exploded.
Oh, boy. This is what led to the free-for-all. Nyland being sent to the dressing room. Van Helleman should have just put him in the box.
Linsman did not say anything. I was looking at his lips. He just looked at him.
You're right.
Of course, that look from Linsman, that's enough.
Of course, Kenny's gotten under a few opponents' skins over there. Look at Neely coming back out. He had already gone to the dressing room. He must have been watching it on the monitor, because he was right there. Let's run down the penalties for you again. Miller, Boudelier, and Marquardt all got 5-minute fightings and game misconducts. McCarthy is in the box of 5-minute fighting. Linsman got a game misconduct. For Montreal, Nyland 5 for fighting in a game misconduct. Neely 5 for fighting in a game misconduct. Lemieux 5 in a game misconduct. Walter, the double minor, had a game misconduct, and Chelios 5 for fighting.
Now they try as Middleton gets it away on the left. Courtnall a shot, and a diving play by Chelios deflected it into the stands. And Svoboda, Amesso goes at Courtnall, and they start tangling. And that's been coming. And we'll have a penalty or two here. All right, Svoboda and Lamesso on Courtnall behind the net. But Chelios made the play. A lead in for Naslin into the corner behind the net. Around the board, stopped by Chelios, right point. Left point, Gingras moves in, drills it, save, rebound, score! Bobby Smith, the big reach. Reached in and flipped it over Reagan. They got a power play and make it 3-1 Montreal.
Well, Guy Carbonneau stirring things up in the Boston crease. Outstanding defensive hockey player, also knows how to finish off a play. But don't think that the halo is on all that straight. Guy knows how to stir things up. A whack on the helmet of Reed Larson, and they get together.
No, I'm happy about what happened last night. I'm very happy. I mean, we were challenged by the Boston Bruins in a way, in a physical way. We were challenged to begin with at the start of the game. We were challenged to play a game of hockey, and we were playing well. And when they weren't doing so well, we were challenged to drop the gloves, and we responded. And we responded in a good way where our team stuck together and we stood up for each other. And I think we gave them a lesson last night.
You won the hockey game too.
Well, it seems that way against the Bruins. They want to play rough and tumble. They want to play that old style hockey that Harry Sinden can't seem to get away from. But it always seems to consume them, the fighting, the stupid penalties, and in my estimation, that's why they haven't done too well in the playoffs, is because they're always consumed by the stupid penalties that they take.
You got for a number of scratches, scrapes coming out of that. Any comment on how that all came about?
Well, I was just on my way out, and Linsman stood up on the bench, and knowing him, I wasn't going to wait around and let him do something to me, so there was a little confrontation, and it carried on into the hall, and I ended up with a few guys in my back, and he scratched me in the face. But, you know, that's to be expected from a guy like him. I wouldn't mind if he stood there and swung, but all he did was scratch. It doesn't matter which way you beat him. in this building, no matter where, no matter when you play a team in your division, you have to be prepared to pay the price. And we paid the price, and I'm sure they paid the price tonight, but we ended up getting the 2 points.
Chrissy, you know, had a hold of Paul Boudelier, which really isn't a very even fight there, and he kind of took advantage of him there. And so I think our team was pretty straight up when we saw that.
He had a chance to come over and get me because nobody was on him. And I wanted him, hopefully, to come over to me because the ref wouldn't let me go at all. And he was loose running around after he hit Paul Boudelier. So what I was just trying to do is entice him to come over, and all but the Collins would let us go if he came over because it would have been a mismatch.
It looked like he was going to do something. When he started coming to the bench, I think he was smiling at somebody, or Terry, or somebody looking, you know, he was proud of himself or something. I'm not sure quite what.
Well, it's obvious. Every time I cross there, I either get hit with beer or someone's yapping at me from the bench. I mean, you know, I got to go through there a few times, you know, in my career, and, you know, I'm not going to... I don't like to put up with a lot, you know, and it's like other guys. When O'Reilly played, he didn't like putting up with too much either.
Out of like an instinctual reaction, when there's a gathering like that, if everybody just holds somebody out of it, it doesn't get quite as messy.
10 cops and all the Montreal guys, you know, coming out of the locker rooms, throwing punches at everybody and then ducking back in.